Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join me for a slightly different preview show today because it's a mixture of Championship and FA Cup. So we're going to go a little bit faster because we've got 15 games to do instead of 12. We won't do the full numbers and the full treatment on every single game, but certainly those 4 Championship games we will do. But then I think that means 11 FA Cup ties involving Championship teams as well that we want your predictions in. Can you smell a cup set coming? We did have a few, didn't we? Let's do a quick plug to begin with. Let's say a big thank you to the Donovan brothers who sponsor the preview show in all its forms, even this weird form today. In memory of Dad, Dennis and brother Mike, both sorely missed, cheering on Millwall from above. Yes, they are indeed. Thank you to the Donovan brothers. Please, if you're watching now, hit the like button and say hello in the comments if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. You know the drill. I'll click them all along the bottom so you can see it. But what you need to make head nor hair of is that running order, which is a bit of a weird one today. I admit that we're going to go down the Championship table, but if a team is playing in the FA Cup, we're going to flip to the FA Cup and then come back to the Championship. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it. By the way, we are not teamed up with Betfair and Football 365 today, so there will be no Football 365 predictor bits or Betfair odds. We'll be back with that on Tuesday, maybe even Monday for the preview. Midweek round next week. It's going to be absolute chaos next week. Yeah, bring it on. I know. Let's say some hellos in the chat. HS, Ewan, Phil, Tony, Stephen. We'll do this now. I'm not watching Middlesbrough and Man United today. It's Shaylee's mother's birthday meal, so not around today. Claire, welcome. John, Russell, Chris, Mr. E, Nick, Peter, there you go. He's now heading down there as well. 9,500 Borough fans. You love to see it. Right, let's get into this then. And we need to start with an FA Cup tie in Manchester. Not that one that Peter's now about to drive to. But our first game today is Manchester City versus Fulham. Get your predictions in, guys. Man City draw or Fulham. Man City draw or Fulham. We're going to move fairly quickly. You're not going to get full numbers off me, but all you need to know is that Man City are really, really good, aren't they? Even if they play their reserves, they're really good. They tend to do well in the cup tournaments as well. Pep manages that balance. Of course, it's first in the Premier League, these first in the Championship, but obviously Manchester City, hot favourites in this one. The only number I'm going to give you on the FA Cup ties is the form. Fulham are actually 7th in the Championship 8-game form table. Manchester City are 1st in the Premier League and 1st in the Premier League form table. Quickly get your predictions in for me, guys. Man City draw Fulham. Man City draw Fulham. Fulham concentrate on the league. Are we going down that road? Let's have a look here. City 10-goal for it. Might have that air to it if Fulham go for it, mightn't it? City. A draw there, Terence. City. Yeah, okay. City. Fulham. 2 reserve sides. I don't think Man City will. I think they'll be 2/3 full strength, if you know what I mean. Man City. Look, I'm going to go with the bleeding obvious here that Fulham aren't ready in respects of taking on someone like Manchester City. I do not see a cup set here. So home, let's dial in our first home win of the day. I'm not going to give you a scoreline on the FA Cup games, by the way, but we will, of course, as ever, in the Championships. Let's get a few more clicks down there. There you go. Right. We're going to do a Championship game now, so we will go all in on this one and spend 2-3 minutes talking about it because it's Swansea versus Blackburn. Get your predictions in, guys, please. Swans draw, Rovers. Swansea draw or Blackburn. Swans draw, Rovers. 5:30 Saturday night TV game on Sky. Swansea versus Blackburn. Swansea are not in good form and their fans are a little bit grumpy at the moment as well. The Swans. Blackburn obviously are flying high up in second position in the table. Swans fans, and it's very similar story. Swans fans not particularly happy with the transfer window, maybe a couple of deals having the plug pulled on them late in the day. Blackburn, yeah, Ryan Giles in. They'd already got Zafuik in as well. They kept Rothwell. They kept the Chilean sensation. There you go, and you'll see Blackburn second in the table. Swans 16. Get your predictions in. Swansea draw, Blackburn, Swansea draw, Blackburn. Let me give you your Bloom numbers on this one. Blackburn in the table by 17, as you've just seen. XG difference, Blackburn by 9. Form, Blackburn by 17. Homes and aways, Blackburn by 13. Huge disparity here. Goals scored, Blackburn by 18. Goals against, Blackburn by 12 in terms of the rankings. Every metric goes towards Blackburn, but it's the Championship and they're playing away. So you never know. But give me your thoughts. Can Swansea get something out of this one? Rovers draw, Rovers draw, Rovers, Swans, Rovers, draw, Rovers away. We are heavy on Blackburn on this one. I think I'm going to have to join you. We're going to find out very, very soon whether Blackburn are the real deal in terms of can they finish in the top two. We know Bournemouth have just really strengthened. So the chips are down now for Blackburn. They either are or aren't the real deal in terms of automatic. We're about to find out. I think they're going to win. Away. Let's go for the Rovers train to keep on rolling, and I'll go for an away win for Blackburn there. Right, are you ready to pound through some FA Cup ties? Here we go. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row FA Cup ties before we get to another Championship game. Okay, Bournemouth versus Boreham Wood. Go for it. Bournemouth draw, Boreham Wood. Bournemouth draw, Boreham Wood. Do you smell a cup set? I suspect not, personally. Bournemouth have just brought in some hungry players with a lot to prove. They've now got loads more depth than they had. They're not playing incredibly well, so there's motivation for Bournemouth to take this game seriously. Boreham Wood are in the National League North. No, National League, beg your pardon. Are they in the National League or the National League South? I think they're just in the National League, Boreham Wood, aren't they? They're fifth in that table, but obviously Bournemouth are 1, 2, 3 divisions away from them. In the form table, this is the only thing that goes in Boreham Wood's favour. They're third in their form table, and Bournemouth are 13th. But come on, all that quality that's just gone in at Bournemouth. Anyone for a cup set here? Anybody? We got one there. Matt, I think everyone else is going to be on the cherries in this. There you go. Josh has got one. No upset here. Yeah, National League. I'm behind Bournemouth on this one. Home. No cup set for me. There's enough motivation there for Bournemouth and Parker. And what's the point in having this awesome squad between now and the rest of the season and not using it, for goodness sake? Let's move on quickly. This is an all-championship tie. In fact, 2 in a row now, all-championship ties in the FA Cup. Peterborough versus QPR. Peterborough versus QPR. Predictions in, guys. Posh, draw, Rangers. Peterborough, draw, QPR. Now, if I remember correctly, someone fact-checked me in the chat. Peterborough beat QPR, didn't they, in the Championship, which is a rare win. I think I'm correct about that, aren't I? Someone fact-check me if I'm wrong about that. But is there an argument with a midweek round that if I'm the QPR manager, Mark Warburton, I'm not sending my full-strength team for this game? I know that's not very romantic, but QPR are 4th in the league, 2 points off automatic with a game in hand. The priority is very much whatever they're up to in midweek. Let me just indeed bring you their fixtures up. They will, oh God, they're playing Middlesbrough. Playing Middlesbrough on 6, 7, 8, 9 Wednesday night. So I think there's a cup set potential here on the basis QPR may well really want to prioritise that Middlesbrough game, and Peterborough might sneak through. I think we're going to get a stronger Peterborough team in terms of their first 11. Whether QPR are still better, they may be. I don't know. But let's see what you lot are saying here. Rangers, Posh, Rangers, Posh, Rangers, Pens. Is it one? They're all one-leggers, aren't they? Third and fourth round. Am I right? There's no replays? Or is that all season? There we go. QPR not playing till Wednesday. Phil will play a strong side, says Sam. That may be the case. So I'm going to make a couple of very big leaps here, and I'm going to predict the cup set. So the first leap I'm going to make is QPR go reserves, and they're not bothered. They want to get themselves promoted. The second leap is Peterborough don't. So I'm going to plumb in a cup set here. Home. I'm going to go for the Posh to win on the basis that QPR are not necessarily focused on this game in particular. I could be completely changing my mind at 2 p.m., at 3 p.m. When the teams come out. But yeah, that would be my COD theory on that one. Right, let's move on. Huddersfield versus Barnsley. Huddersfield versus Barnsley, another all championship one. Huddersfield draw, Barnsley. Huddersfield draw, Barnsley. Yorkshire Derby, this one. And it's just very, very hard to predict Barnsley winning in any way, shape or form. I don't feel that Huddersfield have enough strength in the squad necessarily to be going around with a reserve team. So I think we get fairly strong teams from both in this, which would obviously play into the favour of Huddersfield, who are, well, everyone's better than Barnsley at the moment in the Championship. But Huddersfield, I think, are unbeaten in their last 8 as well. And just keep that momentum going, I think, for Huddersfield. So I'd make them strong favourites, I have to say. Form table, I can give you, 3rd and 23rd. Table 5th and 24th. So by whatever metric, Huddersfield are better than Barnsley. Let's see what you lot are saying. Hometown, Hudders. There's one Barnsley in there. Russell has got a Barnsley badge as his avatar, though. Huddersfield, both to score. Huddersfield. Terriers, woof, woof, bark, bark. Sorry, Barnsley fans. Sorry, Russell. In there. Okay, we'll apologise to Simon as well, who's got in on Barnsley. Home. I just think the momentum of both of these clubs will transfer into the FA Cup. Right, quickly, West Brom are not doing anything. I will answer questions about Steve Bruce afterwards. We can go Q&A on that. So West Brom not working this weekend, which means we move on to a very interesting one, which I'm excited to hear your thoughts on. Manchester United versus Borough. It looks like we've got a couple of our Borough friends are off down to the magnificent Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford. Enjoy your night, guys, if you're going down there. Should be brilliant with 9,500 Borough fans. Remember, extra allowance for away fans allowed in the FA Cup, so you get a really good atmosphere. To be fair, the last few times I've been to Old Trafford, it has been pretty loud anyway for league games, but this should be extra loud with nearly 10,000 coming down from the Borough. I think we'll get a reasonably strong team, being this is televised on a Friday night and all those supporters are travelling along there from the north east. I also think, though, you get a strong Manchester United team because, look, what else have they got much chance of winning this season? And got such a ridiculously stacked squad, haven't they? So I won't give my prediction now, but I am favouring a home win. But I think Borough, given the sort of form they're in, should be able to get close to them. Anybody for a cup set in this one? Borough, United, Borough, Pens, draw, Borough, United, Borough, United. I have to say, I think, look, it's Chris Wilder, isn't it? So they'll give a good account of themselves. But I've got to go for Manchester United in this one. Sorry. Home. Not a lot in the way of away wins. Only Blackburn so far on my column. But does this one smell more like a cup set to you guys? Nottingham Forest versus Leicester. This one interests me. Get your predictions in. Forest draw Leicester. Forest draw Leicester. Little bit of a East Midlands-ish derby. I don't know what the distance between Leicester and Forest is, but Leicester, look, I know they're still massively stacked in comparison to Forest, but so are Arsenal, and Forest beat Arsenal in the last round. And given the game is at the City Ground and Leicester are not in the greatest form in the world, and it's Steve Cooper, who's a gnarly opponent, isn't he? If he's the underdog and he sets up to stop you. So, I don't know. There might be something in this for Nottingham Forest, mightn't they? What are your thoughts in the chat here? Dan's gone with the Forest. Colm's gone with Leicester. Forest, Leicester. Forest, Leicester. Desmond. Forest, Leicester, Forest, Joker. Do you know what? I think, look, we haven't had a cup set yet, have we? Let's pull out my Joker. There we go. Home. Up the Championship, up the Forest. Let's go for a Forest home win in this one. How about, and I think this is going to be a watch-along on Saturday at 5:30, how about Cambridge versus Luton? Get your thoughts in on this one. Cambridge draw, Luton, Cambridge draw, or Luton. Cambridge are 13th in League One. Luton are in good form, though, aren't they? And they're up to 9th in the Championship, playing well. What I would say about Luton is the way their squad is assembled, I don't think there's much of a drop-off to the bench. So I suspect we will see 3 or 4 changes, but it won't make a difference. I think Luton will still be fairly strong in this one, don't you? Form table as well, Cambridge 15th in the League One form table and Luton 5th in the Championship form table. So Luton looking strong at the moment. Predictions in, Cambridge draw, Luton, Cambridge draw or Luton, the U's or the Hatters. Let's see what you lot are thinking. Anyone fancy a cup set here? Where are we going to land here? Right, Luton. A non-league match 8 years ago. Yeah, wow. Cambridge upset, Luton, Cambridge got a couple for the cup set there, Luton. Cambridge are awkward to play against, I have to say, having watched a bit of League One. There we go. Let's try and click on as many of your predictions as I can. I am going with Luton in this one, though. Away, for the reasons that I stated. I think they're good at switching players in and out. I think they have been under Nathan Jones, haven't they? So it's an away win for me. No cup set. What about this one? One more, and then we're going into a Championship game, okay? Southampton versus Coventry. Coventry, a decent side. They are better at home than they are away from home. No, Saints draw Cov. Saints draw Cov. Get your predictions in. Southampton draw or Coventry. It's 12th in the Premier League versus 10th in the Championship. 11th in the Premier League form table versus 15th in the Championship form table. So it's hard for us to make an argument for Cov here. What I will say is I think Coventry will go full strength in this, and I'm not sure Southampton will, although I think it'll only be a couple of players away from their full strength team. It's a difficult one to justify the cup set, but we could get one of those lightning in a bottle things. Someone smash one in the top corner, red card or something like that. Can we justify a Cov win in this one? What are you thinking? There we go. 5,000 away supporters. That's tremendous. Championship going big on the away support this weekend in the cup. I like it a lot. What have we got then? Saints. Plenty of jokers allowed. Absolutely, yeah. Cov, Saints. Cov, Saints, draw. Saints. Cov, Saints, Cov. There we go. Should be a good game, this one. I do think Southampton are going to sneak it, but I think it's going to be close. And I can see Coventry scoring in this one as well. And those 5,000 away fans getting a goal to celebrate in a Premier League stadium. But sorry, Matt and the Cov fans, home for me as we get back to the Championship. Right, let's hone in on a Championship game tonight. Birmingham versus Sheffield United. It's tonight. It's on Sky. As I said, I'm not watching. I'm out with the family tonight. So you're going to have to keep me updated. I'll have a sneaky look at my phone under the table if I can get reception. And if I can get away with it, not get in trouble. Although I know someone's about to tell me, take the night off, Ben. Don't take your phone to the restaurant. But ho-hum. Right, Birmingham draw Blades. Blues draw Blades in this one. you'd have to make Sheffield United favourites, wouldn't you? They are, I believe, and this surprised me, Sheffield United are top of the form table for the past 8 games. How about that? You'd have thought it would have been a Blackburn or a QPR or something, but it is actually the Blades in the 8-game form table. Birmingham, I did think they looked all right against Darby, and they clearly win that game if Scott Hogan can stick a couple of those chances away that he missed. I think Hernandez settled in nicely, so did Bakuna. Taylor obviously scored, Mengi, so all changed. But Sheffield United are a year 1 parachute team, ergo they have lots of good players. Maybe they'll be without Brewster, but they've recalled Jebison, so we'll see what the solution up top is. I'm sure it'll be Billy Sharp, who's just broken the championship goal scoring record. Let me give you your numbers. Keep those predictions coming in. Birmingham draw Sheffield United. Blues draw Blades. So in the table, Blades by 6. XG, Blades by 4. Form table, Blades by 19. Woof. Homes and aways, Blades by 6. Goals for, Blades by 6. Goals against, Blades by 6. Clean sweep on the metrics historically for Sheffield United to win this one, but it's the championship. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Friday night Snorefest. I hope not for all those people who are going to be watching it, or are they going to be watching Borough? Borough and ITV tonight. I think they might be, mightn't they? Right, Blades, draw, Blades, draw. There's a home win in there, and another one. Blades, draw, Blades, draw. Excuse me. Sorry, let me just have a swig of my drink. Fear will get done 2-1, but the optimist says 1-1. Blades, Brum, draw. There we go. So I don't see Birmingham winning this one, I have to say. I think the best they can get is a draw. I think if Sheffield United turn up, it's an away win for me. Let's plug it in. Away! The Blades to win on the telly tonight and keep up their decent form in the championship. It's another away win for me. Right, this one reeks of a cup set, guys. Stoke versus Wigan. Okay, get me your predictions in. Stoke, draw, or Wigan. Yes, Stoke have a strong squad and always have had in the championship. However, Wigan are second in League One and are second in the League One form table as well. They're having a really good season with Liam Richardson, Wigan. They've brought in some experience as well, haven't they, with Shinnie, McGuinness. One other went in Wigan. Someone will tell me who that is in the chat there. Stoke are 12th in the championship table and 16th in the form table. Okay, they got a bit diddled by a couple of refereeing decisions the other day when we watched them, didn't we? But they didn't burn the house down, did they, at Huddersfield in that game? Might have played since then. Did they play midweek? I don't quite recall. A few players to bed in there at Stoke, and I think Wigan go full strength, and there's a chance here of a cup set. Let me know your thoughts. Stoke, draw, Wigan. Stoke, draw, Wigan. What do you guys think? Where should we dive in here? Wigan. Strong on the cup set. Stoke. No referee Ward. Yeah, he wasn't helpful to him the other night, was he? Look, I want to go with the cup set narrative, even though it's probably not sensible, but I'm going to do it anyway. So let's go for the cup set and Wigan to knock out Stoke away. I'm being an old romantic, not a curmudgeon here. Let's get back to the championship, and it's Hull versus Preston in form, newly taken over. Hull versus Preston. Get your thoughts in on this one. Hull are looking for a 4th straight victory. They've already done it once this season, the odd team that they are, Hull, and they've had a good transfer window as well. Lots of sort of good vibes about Hull at the moment. Preston, well, I'm going to say what I often say, don't lose many, don't win many. 1 win in 5, only 1 defeat in 5 as well. That spells lots of draws to me. Get your predictions in. Hull, draw, or Preston. I have got that right. It is Hull at home, isn't it? Yes, it is. To be honest, why don't I just show you on the screen up here? That will probably make life much, much easier. and you can have a little look in the table and a little look at the form. If I make it bigger, there we go. So Preston 13th, Hull 18th. Get your predictions in. I'll give you the numbers. As you've just seen, it's Preston in the table by 5 and in the XG by 5. However, when we start to consider recent events, actually, no, I stand corrected, actually. All the metrics do go Preston's way. In the form table by 1, in the homes and aways by 11. Interesting. Maybe Hull paying for some previous sins or from being very spotty. Goals, Preston by 9. Goals against, actually, that's the only one that goes in Hull's favour, would you believe? Despite probably my brain at the moment going, no, Hull are in better form, aren't they? Goals against is Hull by 5. Interesting. That surprised me, actually. I was expecting a lot of those more recent numbers to be predicting a Hull victory. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat down here. Here we go. Hull, 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 draw. Hull, 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 draw. North End, Hull, draw. Hull, Desmond, Hull, Hull. Sorry, the last one's not popping. Oh, hit the like. There you go, David. Absolutely hit that like button. Very, very much so. Are we going to get a second straight 4-game winning streak? Or are we going to get a slightly unhelpful draw? Let's throw the draw in. Would you believe I haven't called a draw so far in all our predictions? So there you go. I mean, it's probably because we're going to have FA Cup games and they all get solved on the night, don't they? That is right, isn't it? They're all there's no replays this season. But look, I'm going to go with the draw in Hull versus Preston. Millwall are not up to anything this weekend. They got knocked out against Palace. They don't play until midweek. So we have 1 championship game, 3 FA Cup games to do. Let me just quickly give a plug here to Jim Vintage Clothing. We'll get back to the predictions imminently. www.jim-vintage.com for all your sustainable clothing needs, from recycled materials, organic cotton, free delivery and returns. You love to see it. Easy payment through Clearay or Klarna. We're going to be doing a giveaway tomorrow. Check that out in the morning. That will be related to our watch along with West Ham and Kidderminster. Going to be giving away a T-shirt tomorrow, so check that out. Hoodies, sweats, joggers, T-shirts, caps and bags. Giveaway coming soon. It's tomorrow. Yes. In the meantime, though, enter discount code BBFC_Jan at checkout. You're going to get 15% off, but it's going to be when's the first goal giveaway type thing in the West Ham game tomorrow. So check that out on my socials, www.jimvintage, however you want to pronounce the word, enunciate, .com. www.jim-vintage.com. That's me interrupting my own web link there. Right. Let's move on. It's another championship game. Blackpool versus Bristol City. Predictions in, guys. Pool, draw, Robins. Blackpool, draw, Bristol City. We are up to Bloomfield Road for this one. And Bristol City are not good on the road at the moment, but they are scoring lots of goals and conceding lots of goals. So they're probably quite good fun to watch, aren't they, at the moment, Bristol City? I think we predicted the Desmond last time, and it happened in the last minute against Preston. Blackpool, have we had a turning of the corner for Blackpool in recent games? I suspect we probably have, after they lurched a little bit down the table. But they're right next to each other, these two. Look at that. 15th and 16th in the table. However, look at those last 3 games for Blackpool. 7 points in the last 3 for Neil Critchley and Blackpool. Get your predictions in, guys. Blackpool draw, Bristol City. Blackpool draw or Bristol City. Let me give you some numbers. As you've just seen in the table, Blackpool by 1. In the XG, Blackpool by 2. This is tight, isn't it? In the form, Blackpool by 5. This is stacking up now. Homes and aways, Blackpool by 5. Goals scored, as we just said. Bristol City, Semenyo, Vyman and Martin are good going forward, I tell you. Bristol City by 11 in the goals scored. So I think if Blackpool are going to win this one, they need to score twice probably, minimum, don't they? Unless they can make the shutout. But Blackpool 15th in terms of goals against. Bristol City 22nd. So Goals, goals, goals. I ask you, you tell me in the chat. Blackpool, draw, or Bristol City. Blackpool, draw, Bristol City in this one. Let's have a little goosey gander at what you lot are saying. Where are we landing? There we go. Pool, draw, pool, pool, draw, 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 pool, draw, score, draw, pool, draw, pool, draw. Spool back if you want any previous predictions. I'm not going to go over old ground. Wind that one back. What am I doing on Blackpool versus Bristol City, though? I think I did the Desmond thing last week and it worked. So surely it's not going to, lightning is not going to strike twice, is it? So I think I'm going to go for a narrow home win in this one. Shall I? Let's do it. Home. Let's go for Bristol City's defence and their away form to mean they're going to come unstuck this one. But they're going to score, aren't they? It's going to be a 2-1, maybe a 3-2. They've had a couple of 3-2s, haven't they, Bristol City, for sure. But let's go home win on this one. Right, one more game to go, and it's Liverpool versus Cardiff. Then we do some Q&A, okay? Liverpool versus Cardiff in the FA Cup. Liverpool draw Cardiff. Liverpool draw Cardiff. In very simple terms, Liverpool are very good. Cardiff are not very good, but they did beat Barnsley in midweek, didn't they? So they have actually got back-to-back wins, have Cardiff at the moment. Does that translate into an ability to go away to Anfield and win? Probably not. There you go. There are Cardiff with their back-to-back wins down in 20th in the Championship. Of course, Liverpool are second in the Premier League, and they've just been really good for about 4 years now, haven't they? Liverpool, they're second in the form table as well. That dastardly Manchester City, the nemesis, the poor old Jurgen Klopp there. We know Liverpool will go with a weakened team, but we also know their reserves are very good indeed as well. I don't know, are there AFCON players back now? Are Salah and Mane back, or are they both? I don't even know who's in the final. So probably not. They probably wouldn't be playing even if they were. But strength in depth there, Liverpool. The reserves are now Firmino, Minamino, just brought in the Portuguese lad as well. I wonder if they'd throw him in a cup game against Cardiff. But yeah, it feels like a home win, doesn't it? Let's see what you guys... Are you going to change my mind? 0-0 and pens, Dave said that. Yeah, right. Cardiff, Liverpool, tight 2-1. Liverpool, Cardiff, Liverpool. Few people on a cup set here. Morrow loves a cup set, doesn't he? Liverpool, too much for them, even weak, and you're probably right. Salah in the final. Are they both in them? Is it Egypt versus... what's Mane's team? What's Mane's national team? I can't remember. Senegal, isn't it? Is that right? No. Is Mane... What nationality is Sadio Mane? Someone help me out in the chat here. I can't for the life of me recall. There we go. Thanks, Russell. Yeah, okay, Senegal. I got it right. And Egypt. Look, let's land on this one. Home! And go with the heavy favourite. I've got on the bottom of my sheet here, Reading and Derby. So I need to tell you that Reading and Derby are both not doing anything this weekend. Right, let's do some Q&A. So if anyone's got any topics they would like discussed, we can get into it a little bit now and do some Q&A. Really interested to know FA Cup topics. Obviously, plenty to talk about in the Championship, post-transfer window and all of that good stuff. So do let me know your topics or your questions. We'll give one more shout out to the Donovan brothers and say thank you to those guys for sponsoring over on Patreon. Do get involved over on Patreon. Let me do a little plug for that. We'll see if we get any questions or topics coming in. As Daniel Farker would say, he loved his topics, didn't he? If you want to go and support over on Patreon, it is patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. We've got a few tiers, and it's as cheap as sort of £2.50 a month. I'll be quite plain and honest about it. It's basically a donation to support my work, but you do get a couple of bits of extra content. There'll be a long-form Q&A over there, and your question will 100% get answered. I know I missed a few here. But the best thing about the Patreon, I think, is the roundtable. So like last night, we had 6 Patreons on with myself, and we just chewed the fat for about an hour. And you can watch those, and I think even better, take part in those. So have a think about Patreon as well. Any questions, please, guys? Any questions, any topics, and we will go full on Q&A. Ewan, biggest game of the weekend is Burnley versus Watford in the Premier League. There's an argument that it is, and a baptism of fire for Roy Hodgson, but look, he's seen it all before, hasn't he? Let's just say big thank you to Wolves FI for a €3 super chat. Get any questions in now. We'll go full Q&A. AFC Bournemouth, Germany. I suspect he's got a vested interest in the answer to these questions. Where would you see Blackburn be in the table in 10 games' time? Beansy's asked a very specific question. I'll give a very specific answer. We'll bring up Blackburn's fixtures. So the first thing we'll say is Blackburn are good and they're playing well and the muscle memory has kicked in. Have they got difficult games, though? Swansea away, less so. Swansea aren't playing well. Forest at home, oof. West Brom away. Millwall home. Sheffield United away. QPR home. Eek, Fulham away. And Bristol City. And then it eases out, doesn't it? Wow. Look at that run there. Sheffield United, QPR, Fulham, and West Brom in the space of 4 games for Blackburn. So there's an argument. This is not me saying Blackburn won't get top 2, but there's an argument we could get a banana for Blackburn. They could drop off a little bit, couldn't they? So, yes, we will see, but some difficult games coming up. What else have we got? Get your questions coming in. We'll answer a few of these and try and go another 5 minutes or so. Will Steve Bruce get West Brom up? Let me bring the table up and give you my view on that. Look, on the evidence of his job at Aston Villa, no. On the evidence of his job at Sheffield Wednesday, yes. On the evidence of his job at Hull, yes. On the evidence of his job at Birmingham, but we're going back 15 years now to talk about Brucey, aren't we? Look, I think they'll be in the playoffs now they've got him. And there was a sense they were dripping lower and going out of the playoffs under Big Val. So can he get them up one place, maybe into 5th? Possibly. I think we did the numbers earlier. His last 18 games when he took over Sheffield Wednesday a couple of seasons ago, he got the bump. I think he got 29 points or something. So they'd be tracking for sort of 74 points, unless we get a real competitive high tide with Borough and Forest and Huddersfield all up and over 70, 72, around that area of points. It could be tricky, but I suspect he gets them in the playoffs. Don't you think? Don't you think? I'm not sure he gets them up. I'm not sure he gets them up. There's going to be QPR, Blackburn, possibly Bournemouth around there. And then that doesn't take into account Huddersfield, Forest, and did I already mention Borough? So, yes. Let's have a look. Any other questions? My top 6 in order. I'll do that, Terence. I'll do a proper detailed video on that. I'm not prepared to go in all in on that now. I need to do that 32, 35 games in. Okay. I hope you don't mind me swerving that questions. HS Fitness, who's going down? Are Darby staying up? Look, it looks very ominous down at the bottom there for a couple of teams. I think, are we saying Barnsley are gone now, given their dreadful form and the fact they've only run 2 games and they're 8 points adrift? It would take a big turnaround at Barnsley. Derby have got it in them to make the points up, but are they too far back? Peterborough never win away from home. So possibly the only change you might see, which is really boring, I honestly think there's probably more chance of Derby, given Peterborough can't win away from home. But there's also a chance those 3 in the bottom 3 are the 3 that end up going. It would take some kind of, and Reading are trying their best at the disaster, aren't they? Look at all those consecutive defeats down there, but could well, boring as it seems, could well be the same 3. And I always say this, people ask me every season about relegation races. Teams in the bottom 3 don't all of a sudden just start winning when they haven't been winning all season. It's snail racing down there and not a lot changes very fast at all. What else we got in the chat? Nicely swerved. Sorry, Terence. Look, I'll do a proper video with all the research and all the numbers when it gets closer. Do you see him getting more points than Forest and Borough? The squad is good, but I'm not convinced he has the same cutting edge for wins. That's a really hard question, Lewis, isn't it? I can see him getting a similar amount. Will he outscore Chris Wilder and Steve Cooper? Be a good battle, won't it? 3 good managers in there, 3 managers who've done well in this division. And, well, apart from Cooper, Wilder and Bruce have been promoted before, haven't they? So, sorry, I missed a question out here. Sorry, I want to read Simon's comment there. Hope you, family, friends, in good health. Hoping for a positive result tomorrow at Everton away. Is that a cup game, that one, Simon? Simon's Brentford, isn't he? Yeah, that must be a cup game. So yeah, we didn't look at that one, did we? But no, thank you, very, very kind. What are we saying in the chat? Any more questions, please? Is Dele Alli a good signing for Everton? So for Dele Alli to be a good signing at Everton, he needs to do what he did at Spurs, which was play off a really good centre forward and a really good creative player. Because you think about it, Dele Alli had Christian Eriksen next to him and Harry Kane ahead of him, and basically just had to join in and get in the box. And he got loads of goals and assists. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I like a lot. Who's the creator at Everton who's going to spin Dele Alli into the box there? I don't know. Will he improve them? I think so. Will he be as good as he was at Spurs? I'm not sure he's ever going to be as good as he was at Spurs with his mate Christian Eriksen there as well. So, yes. Was there another question? There was something about... Oh, okay. Sorry. If Derby stay up, would that be a bigger story than Leicester winning the Premier League? No. No, Derby staying up would be a big story, but Leicester winning the Premier League is, I'm afraid, in a different category to that, won't it? Any more questions? Any more? Dele's not had a good game for 3 years. Poor old Dele. Simon, if Fulham QPR go up, lots of London derbies in the Premier League. Your favourite? Oh, I love going to Millwall, though, don't I, Simon? So probably the game I'd like to attend would probably be Millwall West Ham, but I would sit nice and far away and just observe all the lovely goings on. But I've been to so many London derbies. Fulham QPR would obviously be a good one. Fulham Chelsea's the big one around the corner there as well. Donny van der Beek will create forever. Yeah, he will. Will he create as well as Eriksen did for Dele Alli at Spurs? Possibly not. Probably, very likely not. But it'd be nice to see Donny van der Beek do well. Hugh, what do you think our chances are like at Stoke tomorrow? If you spool back in the predictions, Hugh, you'll find out. I think Wigan's chances are very good at Stoke, and that smells like a cup set, doesn't it? I'm sure Stoke fans won't want it to be that way, but Wigan have the momentum and probably lots. Are you going, Hugh? Probably lots and lots of away fans there in the stadium. Let's do a few more questions to round this out. Please hit the thumbs up button. That really helps the video go up all the rankings and algorithms and all that. So yeah, please do hit that button. HS, are Millwall in trouble this year? No. I think Gary Rowett, and they used to say this about Big Sam in the Premier League, didn't they? He's one of those managers where, look, it might not be pretty at times, but I don't think trouble will be a thing for Millwall. Will they perform worse than they have done the past couple of years? Yeah. Look, they're 14th at the moment. It's difficult with people like Millwall and Luton, Coventry, Blackpool, I'm looking in there, where they're really punching their weight. They're doing really excellently. Would you believe some fans get upset when I say overachieving or punching their weight? It's clearly a compliment, guys. And look, Millwall, when they finished 8th those couple of times, amazing. Millwall in the middle of the table, decent. So I don't think they'll be in trouble, but maybe a little lift up to sort of 12th. Can I get in the top half? That would do the Millwall fans potentially, wouldn't it? 4,000 Wigan fans. It's going to be some. We've heard some brilliant. The Borough fans that we heard from earlier that are travelling down, 9,000 5,000. It sounds like Matt's going with 5,000 Coventry fans, 4,000 Wigan fans. I'm loving this. Absolutely loving it. How is Enid getting on? Well, she was supposed to do a sleep, David, from about 12:30 and gave up on it after about 20 minutes. So I feel I'm going to, after I do this and go and do my fatherhood duties, I think I'm going to have a grumpy Enid there. So there you go. Mark, feelings on Bournemouth's this running? Well, Bournemouth have really increased their chances of promotion now with the transfer window, haven't they? Let's have a look and see what the actual running looks like in terms of Bournemouth. So, look at the end there. Wow. Has anybody spotted that? Bournemouth versus Fulham, Blackburn versus Bournemouth, Millwall on the last day. Look, West Brom, Sheffield United, Middlesbrough. Look at that. I hadn't noticed that. I must do a tweet out about that. So, look, Bournemouth, if they do get over the line in second place, regardless of your feelings on their big gamble and their, the sort of splurge on transfers, they'll earn it, won't they, with those fixtures? But, Mark, you've got to make them favourite now over Blackburn and QPR after bringing in 7 players. Can I name all of them? Hill, Laird, Campbell, Dembele, Moore, Woodman and Phillips. There we go. I named all 7. So, yeah. Maybe they need to be in second, though, already going into that last 5 or 6 games. Broken Humpty Dumpty plays. Do you think this season has been an outlier for Town moving forward? Probably. I think he's talking about Huddersfield. Is that right? Are you talking about Huddersfield, Broken Humpty Dumpties? I think he is. Are you talking about Huddersfield Town? I'm going to answer about Huddersfield anyway. Is he talking about Ipswich Town? Let's answer about Huddersfield then, see if we get confirmation. Probably. But last time Huddersfield had an outlier season in the Championship, they wouldn't have got promoted and won the playoffs. So you never know, do you? Glenn Ray, that was the guy I forgot who went to Wigan as well. Yeah, he's a very good player, Glenn Ray, isn't he? Can play centre-back or central midfield and both in the same game as well, which is a very useful player. There you go. So, yeah, I do think it will be an outlier, but you never know. Can you grab the lightning in a bottle season and get promoted? They've done it before, haven't they? So there we go. Todd Cantwell was Norwich's most talented. He was great 2 seasons ago, wasn't he? And the stupid thing with Cantwell is when they went up Norwich, I looked at their youngsters and it was Aarons, Godfrey, Lewis and Cantwell. To be honest, I probably had them in that order. I thought Aarons was the best, then Godfrey, then Lewis, and then Cantwell. But he actually turned out to do really, really well in the Premier League, didn't he? So, yeah, see if he can get his mojo back. By the way, Todd Cantwell could get a 3rd Championship promotion in 4 seasons if he goes up with Bournemouth. So he could be a bit of a medal guru in Championship terms there, Cantwell. Of course, no offence to the Championship, he's going to want to get up into that Premier League, isn't he? But excellent stuff. Right. I think that will just about do us for today. That has been our Championship and FA Cup preview and predictions. We will be back with the normal Championship show. I haven't done the schedule, but I suspect we'll be doing it on Monday lunchtime, possibly. We've got to get that review show done real fast over the weekend. Maybe we'll swerve the review and get straight into the predictions. Let me know what you'd like to see. A lot of games to talk about. In fact, give me a quick straw poll now. How about a review show on Sunday night and a preview show on Monday? Although I'm going to be busy writing on Monday as well. We may have to delay it to the Tuesday lunchtime. We'll figure it out and see how many hours there are left in the day. Thank you, everyone. Before you go, please hit that like button. Really, really helps out. I know I've got it on the ticker there and I'm labouring the point. If anyone says anything nice before the end and wants to shout out, I'll put it up as the advert goes. That's me for the day. You're not going to see me now. I've already got something in the can that's going to upload at 4 p.m, but you won't see me live until tomorrow, which I think we're doing West Ham and Kidderminster tomorrow, and then Luton and Cambridge. I think we're going to follow the FA Cup tomorrow. So do tune in for that. So I don't think there's going to be a Saturday Super Stream tomorrow, but that'll be back next week as well. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for Super Chatters. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. And we'll see you very soon. Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.